Hey Kelly, my name is Tisha, and I know you're here for some concerns, but I wanted to ask you just how are you today?
Oh, I'm not doing too well. Um, I had to have surgery a month ago because it's the stupidest story. It's like I was chasing after my son and trying to get him ready and, you know, so he could take my daughter to school. And I sneezed, and all of a sudden I just had like the most awful pain. And so what happened is I like herniated two discs at elbow. So by the time the nerves had been compressed that long, they said I could have permanent nerve damage, and I I just feel like I'm useless. That I can't do anything for anybody, and I'm having to have my 8-year-old take care of my son, and my mother, who's practically disabled, help me do all this stuff. And I mean, I hate it because I'm so used to doing everything for myself. I'm one of those people, if I need something done, I just do it. And now I just have to wait on everybody to help me, and really down. It's been really down.
That is a lot going on, Kelly. I'm very sorry, and I thank you for telling me. Um, and so I want to go back to the statement you said, like kind of all of these things going on, especially with taking care of your kids, you feel useless. Tell me more about that feeling. Does that make you feel like, what does that make you feel, in general?
Sometimes I just think, that they might be better off without me. You know, it might have been better because I mean, I'm just taking up space. I'm not helping anybody with anything. I mean, I know my kids love me, and my mother loves me, and my husband loves me, and he's trying to do what he has to do, but I mean, he has to work. He works full time, and then he's having to do everything else too, like all the household stuff. So, I mean, my mom helps out some, but there's just so much that she can't do. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't have, I just don't know if I can live like this for the rest of my life. They say it might be permanent, and I don't know if I can do it.
I want to ask this directly, and we can talk through it. But this feeling of feeling like you're taking up space, like that it would be easier. Have you had thoughts about wishing you were gone or wishing you were dead?
Sometimes I just feel like it would have been better if I hadn't woke up from the operation. Maybe it would have been better for everybody if I just, you know, passed away, and then I wouldn't be so much trouble to everybody.
Okay, and so um, with this, I know it sounds like, like you said, maybe if you just didn't wake up, have you actually had thoughts about ensuring that you didn't wake up, like making that more of a certainty by doing something to harm yourself?
No, I mean, I have thought about, like just not waking up, but to actually take those steps further and, you know, do it myself, I feel like that would just be too harmful to everybody. And I'm not that selfish to do that. I mean, it's one thing for somebody, like if it was taken out of my hands, like if I was in a car wreck or, something like that, that's different. But
And then how often do you feel this way? And then for how long when you do feel this way?
um, some days I wake up and I'm okay. So I would say like maybe a few times a week. It's usually when something really embarrassing happens, or, like when I can't do something for my kids that I used to be able to do, like take them to school things. They've had to miss school events and everything because Well, not they. My son's only 2, but my daughter has had to miss out on a bunch of stuff because we just can't do it. There's not anybody that can take her to these things and do the things with her right now because everything's so stressful. So,
I am very glad you came and talk. And I am glad that, that you don't have a plan and that these thoughts aren't so frequent. And I think that you and I can work together to hopefully maybe reduce the frequency, to start looking at things to pull yourself out of those feelings, so that they're not so pervasive in your mind all the time. And I think those are things you and I can work through and develop plans for. Does that sound okay?
yeah, yeah, that sounds good.